Hello. Hi. Different perspectives today, huh? Oh, I might need a lower. Hold on. Maybe that's better. I'm like trying to judge how far away we are. Hello, hello. Hi. Hi. Um we're doing crafts tonight cuz why not? I think I'm going to So I got a couple books out on Libby that were like ready to borrow. Um Most of them are ones that are on my TBR for like the rest of this quarter slash chapter slash then this month. That's really confusing. I'm sorry. Um, but I'm thinking that we do that, especially because we're going to be crafting. So I started a new cross stitch. I don't know if you guys even know that I cross stitch because I haven't been able to cross stitch because I was planning the wedding. Um, Sorry, itchy face. It's been a very long day. If you can't tell by the tired expression that I have right now. Um, so I started a new cross stitch. It's like a lunar moth pattern. I can probably put it in Discord and show it to you guys in there. But I've been working on that the past few days just while Dominic like is up here and has the TV on. So, oh, you literally cannot see that. Hold on. Let me see if I shine my... Oh, I just blinded myself. Okay, that's what it looks like. That's how far I am. Yeah, I know. Yeah, with the lunar eclipse. And then, yeah. Well, I also... TMI, but Aunt Flo has arrived early this morning too. So... fun times. So yes, I think I'm gonna be doing Queen Bee on audio. Which I like just started it. I'm not even like far enough in it to be like, yeah, like I'm into it or anything. I think I read like one chapter yesterday. So I think I'm gonna do that while I'm cross stitching today. If for some reason every so often when I cross stitch, because I like hyper focus my eyes get really bad, like my astigmatisms and whatnot get really, I basically like give myself blurry vision, if that makes any sense at all. So because of that, if my eyes start going wonky, I might stop and then just like kind of chill. But as I said, I am planning to do Queen Bee, which is by Juno Dawson. I'm really excited to read those because they're like set during, at least this one, King Henry VIII and Anne Boleyn. And basically, like Anne Boleyn is a witch, and so it's about like it's part of her Royal Majesty's Coven, so it's like part of like that whole series by Juno Dawson. So this is like the first book. It's just a short little book. It's literally 5 hours on audio at normal speed. So I'm like, okay, well maybe we can do that. Charlie, you're gonna stab yourself with a needle. This is the only thing I hate. I hate being a cross stitcher while having animals because I feel like there's never a good setup. I feel like she's just gonna hurt herself. Hi, sweet girl. You also might see another dog jump up here. I don't know if you will or not. His name is Strider. I'm dog sitting for my friend. So yeah. Yeah, reading doesn't bother it. It's when I'm like over focusing. That's what makes mine get like really bad. Yeah. Yeah. I'm just really tired and I haven't slept very good and I'm really stressed out at work. And like I think I got 2 hours of sleep last night. And I'm like, I could cancel this, but I'm probably not gonna fall asleep anyways at this point. So like might as well pop on for a few hours, do some reading sprints. So I think what we'll probably do, since I'm gonna be cross stitching and whatnot, what if we do like, do you guys want to do, I'll wait to see your responses in chat. Do you want to do longer sprints today? Or are we like feeling a focus thing and maybe we should do like 30-minute sprints like to the dot, and then we can do like 5-minute breaks and I'll just stay on a little bit longer, which I'm totally fine with. Yeah, Emerin. Yeah. Yeah, like at night I have like actual glasses I'm supposed to wear. I don't even know where they are right now. I think they're on the other side of the couch. I do have actual glasses I'm supposed to wear. I do wear a lot of blue lights though. My actual glasses are such a low prescription. I like can't even like order them online. So, but yeah. Yeah, so I'm personally leaning towards 30 minutes with 5-minute breaks. Um and then just staying on for a little bit extra. I don't know, I'm just feeling like very kind of all over, and I think because I'm tired. Yeah, sorry. I think because I'm tired, I almost need the additional check-ins to like stay engaged. So what if we do that? I don't know. There's a delay. I don't know if you guys even realize that there's a delay. Yeah, but yeah, let's do the 30 and 5s. Whoa, I just blinded myself again, and I'm so sorry. I am going to blind you. I'm working on getting like a standing magnifier that has a light built in because I don't love wearing these because I use my iPad to keep track of my patterns. So then like I constantly have to like lift up or like look around the thing, and I still have to get stuff super close to my face. But like, hi. I can't, it's so blurry. I can see details this close to my hand, but like everything else is so blurry. Do my eyes go crazy? I always, Dominic calls them my high beams. He's like, you got your high beams on. I can't see anything when I look when he's sitting over here and I talk to him. So I like these, but because I use my iPad, oh, I just like shoved that in my mouth. Because I use my iPad, they're like really hard for me to use because I feel like I'm constantly like, meh. And I will blind you because I will look up and it's probably gonna shine right at the camera, and I'm so sorry. That's why I have you guys like point it up though. I know, right? I have you point it up so that hopefully if I look up to where chat is, I'm looking more this way versus at you. So I did try to keep this in mind, okay? All right, let me get sprint set up here. Actually do some work tonight, or we'll just have a chatting session. I don't know if people know that I used to be a Twitch streamer. Yeah, right? Like, it's fine. I never even thought to do that. That's a great idea because I'm sure you don't miss anything. I used to be a Twitch streamer and I was a gamer. I played PUBG Mobile. I was pretty good. So we'll do 4 sessions, 30 minutes with 5-minute breaks. Oh, come on. My tab did not want to work. All right, let's get this started. So yeah, cross stitching and starting Queen Bee on audio. Let me know what you guys are reading, what you're working on, etc. I realized I didn't finish my sentence, which is also a sign that I'm tired. I used to be a pretty big Twitch streamer in specifically PUBG Mobile, like for that game only. And I had like an all-female comp team and everything. So I used to have streams where I just talked all the time. So it was great. Yeah, Emerin, that's why I've been like trying to decide which light I want. Ooh, let me know if you like that. I think I saw that. Where did I see that? I can't remember. But let me know if you like it. So, okay. All right, cool. Let's get this stuff started. I'll see you guys in about 30 minutes. Happy reading, happy productivity. And yeah, time to focus. Okie dokie. Did I blind you guys a million gazillion and one times? Or was I pretty good? It's so hard for me to tell. I don't know. I can't tell. You okay? Right. Oh. Okay, there's some in there. Okay. Anyways, how did you guys do? I made it to, let me see. I'm about 14% of the way through. Um they don't have chapter numbers, I don't think. No, they don't. But I'm on like chapter 1, 2, 3. I'm on like chapter 3. Well, these are those how long? No, that must be where they're at in the book. I thought they were saying that these chapters were like 4 hours and I'm like, "Wait, what?" Happy Tuesday. I know. I feel like it has, it's already been a long week. If my yawns don't say anything. Ooh. But yeah, so I don't know. I have some goals with cross stitching that I want to like complete some like larger ones this year. Um I just learned how to cross or like got into cross stitching last year. So I haven't been doing it that long and I get like pattern. It's been a long day. Pattern paralysis, kind of like books. Like, I don't know if anyone saw my comment the other day, but how I was like, yeah, like the whole reason, like the way that I think about readathons and reading challenges is more so like, this is my guide for like this month, this week, this quarter, this year. So that way I kind of have this like central focus area because without that, I get like decision paralysis on the next book to read. I do sometimes wish that I could just do that and just like read a whole series at once. Um but I also like the variety that I get with challenges cuz then I don't think that I get like wow, I'm really bored and I have like 5 books in this series to read. So that's me. Anyways, you should finish your book by 9:30. That's good. I will not be done with my book by 9:30. As I said, I'm about 41 minutes in. It's a 5-hour book. Now, that is without it being on a slightly faster speed. I can't read or I can't listen to audiobooks on like 3 times or anything crazy like that, but I normally do like 1.25 to 1.5 depending on how slow the original is. So I have this on 1.25, which I feel like is it's a pretty it's like a pretty strong pace. So, yeah, Ash. That's how I am. Like, I think by having the variety, it keeps me even if I'm, reading multiple romanticises or multiple thrillers or like whatever it is. I feel like having that variety throughout the year helps me to, I don't know, just enjoy what I read a little bit better. You do 1.75 because yeah, that's what I mean. Like at one point, sorry, I did not sleep well last night and it is starting to show. Um at 1.25 and 1.5, I feel like they're fast enough to where I can be like, "Wait, what is happening?" If it's any faster than that, I'm like just words are coming in and going out and I'm not actually like ingesting what's being talked about. So, the chapters are pretty short. Oh, I love that. That's how uh I'm gonna forget. I'm gonna. I can't think. It's obviously been a long day. That's where that one book that I read in January for my work that made me cry. That's how that book was. All the colors of the dark. Like, holy bejeebus says, guys, it's gonna be a long night. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I have a couple that like I definitely want to finish this month. And I'm like, a couple of them are like thriller slash contemporary romances. I don't mind listening to those as much. Fantasy romance gets hard for me to listen to, or like heavy fantasy without also reading at the same time and like immersion reading because I just won't retain like the details. So, okay, anyways, we're supposed to be sprinting. So, I'm going to put my beautiful little glasses back on. We are doing a lot of a dark blue right now. So, it is just like over and like stitch by stitch by stitch by stitch of the same color right now, which is very boring. But I'm like kind of trying to get that outlined and finished. So yeah, cool times. Cool. All right, I'll see you guys in about 28 minutes. Happy reading, happy productivity. Hello, hello. Sorry, I'm about a minute late. I was trying to wrap up. Um, I was on a certain part, and I was trying to wrap up that little section that I had to do before I move to like the next chunk, if that makes sense. So it's not a new page or anything like that, and I kind of have already broken the square. So if you don't know, with cross stitch, you use there's Ada fabric, which is what I'm using. I'm using 14 count Ada, which means that there's 14. Wait, is that what that means? Okay, no, I'm telling you lies. There's 10 boxes per like square, so all the squares are 10 by 10. And so I was working on one section where I'm almost done with all the blue in that section, but I'm trying to get that done before I then move to the next one. So, in terms of reading, though, I am. Let me see where I got to. Okay. I think my app maybe crashed. I feel like our internet has been acting weird. I haven't been like skipping or anything, have I? Like, or freezing. Like, I feel like it's just on my phone that it's been acting weird. Um, Come on, Libby. I made it to 26%, so about an hour 15 in. Bless you, Charlie. About an hour 15 in. So we have about 3.5 hours left, according to this. So, it's getting pretty good. So, like, obviously, like, I would hope that people know a little bit about King Henry VIII and like all of his wives. Um, okay. All right, that's fine. I wasn't sure if anyone noticed. I didn't see it like freezing on the screen, and I don't have any like warnings, but I was like, I don't know, because my phone is acting weird. But yeah, so obviously I'm assuming that people know who King Henry VIII is, like who his wives are, a little bit behind at least some of the history. Okay, cool. Thank you, singing. So uh well, let me send a photo. So so yeah, so in the book, basically, like in the book where we're at right now is obviously, so like Queen Catherine is no longer queen. Which if you guys didn't know any of that, that's like how that all came to, like, okay, so Catherine technically was promised to, so betrothed to, and ended up getting married to his older brother who like passed away, I think a year or several months after they were married. And then she kind of claimed like, well, we never like consummated the marriage, so because of that she then sort of like wooed Henry, who was never meant to be king. So I don't know if you guys know that or not. I'm kind of a history buff, so anyways, so that's what happened. And then obviously, like, King Henry VIII was not like a good dude. He obviously wanted a son for an heir, which he not well, he did get one, but they passed away before they could become a king. At least I think they did. And then yeah, they did, because then it was Queen Mary and then Queen Elizabeth. Um so right now, Catherine is no longer queen, who was his first wife. And then oh, those sound good. Sorry, I just read that. So Catherine's no longer queen, and instead we're on to his second wife, who is Anne Boleyn, and that's where the Queen Bee comes from, because Queen Boleyn. Um, so that's kind of what we're learning about, how like Her Royal Majesty's Coven was started, and kind of the a little bit of the background of that, how there are obviously witches and magic in this world, but how it could also be like detrimental to them if men found out about them. And basically that's what the threat is. So obviously we know Anne Boleyn gets beheaded. If you didn't know, that is a thing. By the way, when Henry wanted to marry Anne Boleyn, he had to divorce Catherine, and that's how Protestantism was formed. Just for and how England became a Catholic state to a Protestant state. So it's called Queen Bee. So it's very much so rooted in history, but what it's bringing to life in that history is this aspect of witchcraft and magical like realism as part of that, and how they were involved in basically the royal households. So that's like kind of what we're learning about. So yeah, it's a series called Her Majesty's Royal Coven, and it's by Juno Dawson. So it's really interesting just to see how she's taken this world that I know a lot about and has kind of inserted it, which is also kind of playing a little bit on actual historical depictions where people, you know, for instance, like how Catherine was married to his brother and then kind of wooed him and then got married to him. Like people would whisper back then about like the witchcraft of women, but it wasn't, you know, take it or leave it as you will. And there were healers and midwives that were considered witches. And so it's very much so like this secretive, like no one can know, because if they find out, we're all getting beheaded basically, or we'll be burned or we'll be hung. So it's very interesting to see how Juno Dawson is taking real life, at least right now it's very realistic, but then is plugging in this actual like depiction of magic and witchcraft within that. So yeah, so it is really interesting. I do think I'll like it, and the books aren't like huge. Like they're not huge books. I was trying to see if I had one within reach, but I don't think I do. So the first book, it's a prequel novella, basically explaining how the Royal Coven came to be and all of this. So that's what I'm reading now, and it's like 200 pages, so it's not long at all. So yeah, so if you like Tudor history, like I would definitely recommend it, because I haven't even finished the book and I already like it. So we'll see what happens, because I don't know like the premise of how it, you know, what keeps happening. But okay, I talked too long again. Go back to reading. I'm gonna go back to cross stitching. I'm gonna have a little snacky snack to keep myself awake. We should still have 2 more sessions. So sorry I talked too long. I should have just given us 10-minute breaks, but it's fine. We're already past it. So happy reading, happy productivity. Okie dokie. How did we do? Thank you. This is my friend's dog. Charlie's next to her. Here, I'll show you guys. Or next to him. We're dog sitting. So there's the babies. I feel like I need just like an animal camera so you guys can just stare at my dog. So this is my friend's. His name is Strider. He's a good boy. He's big. Yep. Hi baby. You sleepy? He was like super like on like drugs, like hyped up energy for the past 2 days, but he finally like calmed down today. So he's been pretty chill today. And then this is Charlie girl. She's always sleeping. She's always sleeping unless she has to go potty. She's always sleeping. Yeah, I know. I was petting you. Yeah. So those are the puppies right now at the house. Um, guys, we're making so much progress on my cross stitch. Like, I don't use like a software because you have to pay for them, so I just import the PDFs to my same note taker that I use for my digital planner. Words are hard. Um and but I'm like, we are killing progress here. It's really hard to show you guys just because it is like the dark blue that I'm focusing on right now on a black, so like you can't see it that well. But I when I tell you I'm making really good progress, I'm not lying. I I was thinking like I'm super close to the edge, but like I know I measured right because it says it's like 9 inches, and I put this on an 11-inch hoop, I think, so that way I had extra space. So I think I'll be fine, but I'm just like, ooh, that's a little bit closer than I thought it would be. Um, but yeah, so I got to where am I at? So Lady Jane Seymour is about to become the next queen. That's where we're at right now, which that is Tudor history, so like I don't mind sharing that. Which I will say, like, this is the first historical book that is, I would say, inspired by actual like factual history, and then turned into fiction. And so it's like really interesting because I feel like I'm able to talk about it more because it's more so taking things that like people already know or have access to know, and then inputting elements of magic, witchcraft, kind of, you know, the take of what's going on in the court in this fictional injected real world though. So it's really interesting. I don't know what to call this. But yeah, so oh, that sucks. I don't know what that is, but that sucks. Yeah, this is a quartet. So it's 4 books. It's like a novella prequel, which is what I'm reading right now. And that, which I say a novella, but like honestly, it's more than 100 pages. And I'm like, if it's more than 100 pages, like at that point, like that's not really a novella in my mind. Um, so yeah, I read the first Lore Olympics. It's really good. I like graphic novels. I have quite a few of them. Um, so yeah, so it's really interesting. Um, just to like there so like even like some like the fictionalized things but like are legitimate conversations, so are just around like how, you know, people believe and rumored that Catherine um couldn't bear a child because she lied and had slept with her her first husband, who was supposed to be king, and he ended up dying, Henry's brother. So then when she realized that she would no longer have a place at court, then what ended up happening is she basically said, we never consummated the marriage, even though they had been married for like a long enough amount of time that it should have been consummated. And but like people were like, okay, we guess, you know, she didn't have any kids with him, so they're like, okay, we guess she didn't consummate the marriage. But then she was unable to bear children for Henry VIII, which is kind of what sent him on this like it's almost like, was it an ego issue? Was it this feeling of duty to produce an heir? Was it just the day and the times? Obviously, like, we'll never get that actual like reasoning behind it. Is it that there was so much inbreeding in Europe at the time that he was a little cuckoo for coconuts or cocoa puffs or whatever that saying is? I think it's cocoa puffs. Long day, tired. So it's just like super interesting to read about, because obviously, like, Juno Dawson, the author, has inserted into this fictional world to make it more intriguing some like the court gossip and the the questionings and the murmurings that are happening throughout court. But at the same time, a lot of that is based on historical rumors that have carried throughout the years and have been recorded as historical thinking and things that people thought were, actually true, that there was this possibility. So it's very interesting. We did just, where I'm at in the book, we did just meet like an official witch hunter. So curious to see like where we're going with that. But even that, you get the internal monologue on, like, he accused one of Anne Boleyn's chambermaids, and who's like very young, and she is a witch, but so he accused her. They don't know how he found out yet, like none of that stuff. But like, our main character, Grace, is kind of like, okay, so and so is standing up for her and helping and speaking about her. I want to help, but if I help, then it'll be a crowd, which will solidify the idea of us being a coven anyway. So it's even interesting just to think about how like women couldn't even necessarily like gather or like defend each other. And obviously it's fictionalized, but you do know that there is some truth to it, that when, even in Salem witch trials, for instance, when someone was accused of being a witch, they just got heavily shunned because no one wanted the risk of being associated with them, and then them being considered, well, because you talked to her, you're friends with her, now you're a witch too. So it's like they didn't want that association because they wanted to protect themselves. And so it's just very interesting to see like even that injected into this book. So I do really think that I'm going to like this series just by the amount that I've been able to talk about it already. And I'm not even halfway through the book. So yeah, I'm on 34%. We still have just over 3 hours. And we're on, so they base the chapters, at least for this novella, based on the day. So we're on the 20th of May, 1536. So really interesting. Sorry, I'm blinding you guys. I forgot to take off my headlamp and I just remembered. I told you. Okay, back to reading. I know I talked too long again. So these are turning into more like 25-minute sprints, but it's fine. Back to reading, back to productivity. I will check in with you. And then I think we'll have one more after this, right? No, 7 and 9. This is our last one. Yeah. Hi, how did we do? B, you're good. Read in the village read. So that was our last sprint. I had to I had to walk the dogs because Charlie had to go pee pee, and then I put both of them away. So we're getting ready to turn down for the night. Let me pull my Libby. See where I'm at. So I am on 45%, so we're almost halfway through. And I have just shy of 2.75 hours left to read. So, yeah, so I feel like today was pretty productive. Like, I feel like if I didn't want to read again until Thursday, that, like, it'd be fine because I feel like I'll be close to finishing this. That being said, I do think so. I have not slept well. Like, oh, you're good. That's fine. Don't worry. Oh, nice, Emerin. Yeah, you're welcome, guys. I know these are shorter ones on Tuesday and Thursday, so but yeah, so I'm thinking that even if like I don't want to read tomorrow, like I could probably still get this done within the week, which I consider a win. I always feel like getting a book read in the first week of the month is always like a good feeling. So, like it makes me feel like semi-productive. I will say Storygraph is telling me that I'm 8 books behind to stay on track for my goal. Not that I really care, but like it is good to know. So, um yeah, you guys are welcome. I hope you have a good night. If you're going to continue reading or working on things, I hope you have fun. I hope you're productive. I am probably going to take 2 ZQL so that I can actually sleep tonight because I did not sleep very good the past 2 nights and I desperately need to sleep. So, it's like I hit that point. But like I also know if I just go and lay down, I probably won't fall asleep. So, I have a lot of sleep issues. If you can't tell. Anyways, so yeah, I hope you guys have an awesome night. We will be back here on Thursday. Yes, Thursday, 7 to 9. I'll be back. So I did miss my like little Instagram post, but with my schedule. So be on the lookout for that coming this week too. Otherwise, though, I hope you have an awesome night, an awesome day wherever you are. I hope you have a good Wednesday or whatever the next day is for you. And I will see you guys on Thursday from 7 to 9.